and welcome back to A Clutter-Free Life. I am Nina, and in this video I want to talk to you about self-love and its relationship with social life. So this is the third video in the series of self-love. In the first video I talked about my journey with self-love and its relationship with confidence. And in the second video I talk about self-love and our mind. And today I'm going to talk about social life. So as in the other video, I have 10 tips related to social life. If I come up with other tips, then I will make other videos on the topic and I will turn this video into a mini series in the series of self-love. So tip number 1 is to be aware of your judgments towards other people. For example, I've seen nowadays a lot of people saying this specific thing about someone, saying that they are a hypocrite. And I want to talk about this in specific. Like, I know that the definition of a hypocrite is doing something that is not aligned with our beliefs. But at the same time, if we judge others so harshly about them being a hypocrite, then we don't leave a space for us to learn. And because we are judging that they are supposed to be perfect, everything that they do should align with their values and their beliefs, and there shouldn't be any misconception, any room for mistakes. And if we do that with other people, then we are bound to do that with ourselves. Then we are going to criticize ourselves even more. So pay attention to how you judge others. Pay attention to how you see others, because it might reflect on how you see yourself and how you criticize yourself. And give space for improvement. Understand that everyone is a work in progress until the day they die. And if you do that, if you see them in learning mode, then you're not going to judge as harshly, and you're not going to judge yourself as harshly. So stay away from pettiness, from drama, and from gossip. If you have something to tell someone, if you think they are doing something wrong and you have a better way of doing things, you can tell them, although unsolicited advice, no one likes it. But if you want, unsolicited advice is better than gossiping internally for you. It might not feel better for the other person because they might not know when you are gossiping about them, but they will be hurt with unsolicited advice. But at the same time, helping others is better than judging them from distance. Number 2 is surround yourself with good people. Now, this is related to something that I've talked about in my other video on this topic, so relationship of self-love and our mind. So surrounding yourself with good people, they will bring us so much joy, they will bring us so much love, good ideas, and they will impact our actions and our mind. So surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with people you want to be like. Surround yourself with people that you see your future self as. And it could be someone who is like so much better than you, or someone who is learning a lot and making the effort right now. Number 3 is don't compete with other women. Don't compete with them on their looks, on their actions, on their hobbies, their passions, their careers. Everyone should be living their own life. And this will not benefit you in any way. In fact, it will put you down. It will bring your energy down. You will feel bad about yourself. You will be comparing yourself to them, and usually this competition is not healthy. It's not gonna improve you. And although you might think that you are competing with them, you will be improving, but comparing yourself with others might just put you down and put them down at the same time, and you will risk ruining a relationship that could have been a good one by competing with them. Number 3, in the same token, don't compare yourself to others and live according to your own means. Live according to your own budget, live according to your own lifestyle, live according to your own passions, hobbies, and desires, values, and beliefs. So if we live our life according to a certain stereotypical image of something, if we regard beauty in a certain way, we will always be trying to achieve something that is out there, something that you might not be able to achieve ever, because it's not realistic. It's just your image of something out there. So compete with your own self. yourself. Compare yourself with your own mistakes in the past. Compare yourself with your own beauty, if you want, in your past. Look at yourself and live your own life. Live your own true life instead of living the image of some other life. Because what you're seeing in another person is basically the image that they want you to see. And most often it's not the reality, it's what they want to portray their life as. And without you knowing, you are doing the same. We might all be portraying this fake life for everyone else and making them believe that we are living this easy, effortless, fake life. And it is time that we are true to ourselves and live our life according to us. And this will make things easier on everyone, especially us. And this will increase our self-love by making things true, by being realistic and by being truthful to ourselves. Number 5 is to cultivate and foster friendships with other women. So instead of competing, foster friendships with other women. Compliment them, make connections. We are so great at building each other up because this is what women do. We live in communities. We help each other by talking, we help each other by being around one another. So the more friendships you foster with women, the more your spirits are lifted up and the more you judge yourself less, especially if you don't gossip and you don't spend your time doing negative things. So if you are fostering relationships with good people, with good women who have good ideas and good intentions, then nothing can go wrong. Number 6 is decrease your availability for people who take you for granted. So we all have people, whether family members, whether friends, or people who we are in relationships with, who just take us for granted, who think that we will always be there for the rest of their lives. And the way they start to treat us is by going like autopilot mode. Like, you're always gonna be here, so I'm myself without putting any much effort and nothing will change. Just sometimes you can't remove these people from your life. Pay attention to who is putting the effort and ask yourself if there is something that you can do for this relationship. But if you have done everything you can, if you feel like you have done everything you can, then just take a step back and don't be available at all times for these people. Just take a few steps back. So a default relationship is one that lacks effort and actions, positive actions. A relationship should be mutual. Each person should be improving himself first, should be working on himself, on his mind, body, soul, his mental, physical, emotional well-being, and at the same time working on this relationship, whether it's friendship or an actual romantic relationship, or even like someone in your family. Two people should work on the relationship, and if the relationship ends or if the relationship has issues, then it's always the fault of two people, not one. So first, evaluate yourself, evaluate your own effort, but if you think that there's nothing you can do for this relationship anymore, and if you feel that the other person is not putting as much effort as you are, and maybe this is who they are, maybe they don't mean to hurt, but they are ending up in a way that hurts you, and they're good people and they think they're not doing anything wrong and they're not gonna change, what you can do is just take some steps back or just leave the relationship if it's something that will benefit you. So I actually mixed two tips at the same time. So the first step was to decrease your availability for people who take you for granted, and the next step was to not be in a default relationship. So these were two separate tips, and they might collide in the way that I talked about, but sometimes some people take you for granted and they're not as abusive as the other one, but usually they go hand in hand. So these are the two tips. Decrease your availability if you can't leave the relationship, but if you can, just don't be in a relationship where it's a default relationship where the other person is not making any effort. Number 8, when you receive a message, assess the messenger. So this could be a compliment, this could be a unsolicited advice, this could be any sort of message that come across. And when someone is talking to you, when someone is talking, they might be talking about themselves. They usually are coming from their own experiences, from their own life. So assess who the messenger is and don't be hung up on the message itself. Take what you can. If there is a lesson in it, take it, learn from it. But sometimes they are not telling the advice to you, they are telling it to themselves. So know where they are coming from, know their story. Sometimes it's a way of like jealousy, envy, something that they wish they could do but they can't. So they might be, without them knowing, they might be bringing you down. They might be stopping you from doing something they wish they could do. Or they genuinely think that telling you this will help you, will stop you from making this huge mistake. And it's only because they did this mistake. But it might not apply to your life, because no two lives are alike. Even if you have lived the same circumstances, you have different feelings, you have different bodily, physiological actions that respond to these emotions. So they are different. So no two experiences are alike. Assess the messenger and then see what you can take from the message. Number 9 is pay attention to your body language and be open to receive. So your body language should be open and relaxed and ready to receive. And this is especially important in close friendships and close relationships. So pay attention to when someone is giving you a hug. Do you clinch? Do you tighten up? Or do you relax and hug them back? This says a lot about the relationship. This says a lot about you, about your mental health, about your emotional well-being. So pay attention to your body language. And I'm talking about the body language with respect to social life, and this is why I am talking about this. But body language is also related to confidence in other areas. And the last tip, which is number 10, is invest in yourself first. So whether taking care of your mind, taking care of your mental health, visiting a therapist, defining your beliefs and values, which we talked about in the first video, or plug in before taking care of other people. So women are the ignition of life force. We end up taking care of many people before taking care of ourselves. Whether you are a mother, a sister, or in your job, you have certain tasks that you need to accomplish. So you end up doing all these things for other people and you let yourself slide by without taking care of yourself. So plug in, recharge, take care of your body, your emotions and your mind before taking care of someone else. And I will talk more about how to take care of your physical health and your emotional well-being in the next videos. So the idea here is to recharge, to take care of yourself so you can fuel up and take care of other people. And you know that when we are in a situation where we are at risk, we are told to take care of ourselves first in order to be able physically and mentally to take care of someone else. And this can be applied to everyday life as well. So these are my 10 tips. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If there's anything missing or if you feel like you're not comfortable with anything that I said, you can give it a thumbs down and tell me your opinion in the comments down below. You can also tell me any question that you have. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button to see my videos every week, so you would know when I post and you don't miss any video. And I will see you in my next video. May you have a clutter-free life.